This is going to be addressing the metal madman who was rude to me on Google Hangouts. Among some other things. So, like, I got on Google Hangouts with Ted Barris again. And before I go into it, let's drink some malt liquor. Oh, so sweet, refreshing, and satisfying. Like, I spent a lot of money today on some household items, and I thought, you know what's going to make that feel like a less large expenditure? Just having an evening's entertainment that cost me $2.50. Evening's entertainment, folks, malt liquor. All right, so Ted Barris had the Metal Madman on his Google Hangout. And I'm not even going to put this down, it's just so good. Ted Barris asked me, come on my Google Hangout. I'm like, no, man, you were rude to me, and you know the reasons. You didn't treat me like an honored guest. He's like, no, I'm going to apologize if you come on. I'm like, okay, I'll come on. And so I come on really quickly. Like, people knew I was arriving. Like, I'm sure Ted announced it. And the very first thing I hear, like right as the sound comes in, I hear the Metal Madman cussing me out. Now, I've never met him on Google Hangouts before. We fired a couple shots at each other with videos earlier, but like we just kind of like established ourselves, roughhousing in a way to kind of like, dominance, who's at the peak, who's at the top of the dominance pinnacle, the food chain. So I established that with him. And then he's like, you're cool, man, I like you, I like the way you roll with the punches. I'm like, cool, man, whatever. So right when the sound starts coming in, here's this guy screaming at me like a deranged monkey. He's got the speakers up too loud on his laptop or computer or whatever, so there's echo. It's echoing off the walls. When you get on Google Hangouts, people, lower the volume. Close your YouTube channel, of course. Your YouTube, little YouTube bar. Get rid of YouTube. Just stay on the Google Hangouts. Then lower your volume, or get a really decent headphone with a speaker mic, so there won't be any sound issues. But if there are sound issues, treat them respectfully, folks. Be respectful about your guests. So here's this monkey just wailing away. Blah blah blah. Can't you like foul language? Sound like a 9-year-old with Tourette's. Man, I was pretty angry when I started this video, but after like just a small amount of malt liquor, I'm already feeling pretty good. I'm almost feeling forgiving. Not really, but almost feeling forgiving. And then so I'm there. I'm like shocked at this behavior. I'm shocked at being insulted right when I show up as a guest. And then Ted Barris launches into his apology without like he doesn't even realize something's gone wrong. He's like so insensitive. So he gives me an apology, and then it's like, and I even apologize to all the stuff living in your beard. Kind of like ha ha ha, like taking some of the seriousness out of an apology. Like, you need to do that. Like, it'd be so terrible if you just flat out apologize. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. You got to kind of like alleviate the pressure somehow. So anyway, I didn't accept the apology, and I probably would have if I hadn't have shown up as a guest again and been treated so badly by the Metal Madman right off the bat. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Pretty much done with this video. I wanted to address some things the Weasel said. Now, the Weasel has a unique source of information about the life of Earl. He knows things about me that not a lot of people know. And then sometimes he gets all shit-faced on the internet and starts talking about shit that he shouldn't be spreading around and sharing. First off, he dropped, oh, what up, Weasel, by the way? You suck. First off, he dropped that, like, the whole idea of the Weasel channel, like, I had this idea for me doing a video series of this kind of like, I called him a Energizer Bunny asshole. And I had this idea, and Dean and I talked about it. And he's like, man, that sounds great. I'll do that. And I'm like, that's actually much better. Dean could try that out as the weasel and see how it goes. And then occasionally we would talk, and I'd say, you know what I was thinking you should do, or say this or do this one thing. And next thing you know, it's just like, it's like the Frankenstein's monster. I was going to say it's like a snowball that starts rolling downhill and starts just gaining momentum and size. But it's more icky than that. It's more of the Frankenstein monster, kind of like little bits and pieces of malformed psyche rampaging around the internet like a drunken Frankenstein, really. All right, so then you drop that I work at Starbucks. Now I work for the Starbucks Corporation. They were joking around that I'm a barista. Yeah, I don't think you'll see me serving up scones behind the counter. I started out as a barista back when I had that was the thing. Back when I had the shaved face. But my manager at that time, back when I had the shaved face, this was like 10 years ago, was on his way to bigger and better things. Regional assistant district manager, then regional manager. And then I was able to get supervisor, then manager at my store, at my outlet, and then I started helping open Starbucks in the area. And then I applied for kind of like the assistant, kind of an internship assistant to the assistant district manager. But then I started getting in contact with the regional manager, who I hadn't seen in a long time. And he would challenge me. He's like, learn everything about this particular aspect of the business, and I'm gonna check with you. How fast do you think you can learn that? And I'm like, 2 months. He's like, all right, then in 2 months is, and he'd just immediately go to the date. So I had to know my shit. He's like, I'll be back on this date and we'll talk, and I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna prove you can't learn it in 2 months. And then he'd show up in 2 months, and I'd have my shit nailed down. And that's how I got my promotion. And then right when I got the promotion is right when I got the bonus, and the bonus was big enough to put down 20%, 20% and more on the house. And there you have it. I was like, Starbucks employee living in a wooden box that I built myself, and now I'm rich as you can be. I'm the boss of all bosses. But anyway, Dean didn't need to share all that shit. It's not important. I'm not what I do. I'm who I am. So don't order fucking coffee when you see me. I'll deck you one.